Hey everybody, welcome back. I am really excited about this video. I love the old school 1950s, 1960s sci-fi. We get out of the middle of the road because here come all the cars. But I came across this information and I saw that they did a video, a TV show, a pilot of the Invaders right here in Old Town Temecula. So we're going to go back to 1966 when this was filmed and go over a couple of the key spots. I'm going to splice it up because I can only show certain parts of it, and time frames is why it's so short because of free use, otherwise I'll get copyrighted. But with that being said, we're going to tell the story of the Invaders and pilot episode Beachhead.
The Invaders. Alien beings from a dying planet. Their destination, the Earth. Their purpose, to make it their world.
The episode starts out right here where you see David pulling into town, and you can tell where he's coming into because of the bank right there. And most of the episode takes place right down here and across the bridge. The bridge looks a little bit different. We'll go through some of those spots, and then the Hotel Palomar that's right down the road. But I'll show you my favorite word, juxtaposition of the area. But yes, this is where we see David pulling into town. This particular episode, it debuted January 10, 1967, 8:30 on ABC. It was called Beachhead and shot primarily here, but right here you see David Vincent, the main character, pull into town in his Galaxy 500 convertible. Wow, and this is one thing that I noticed in the clips. You can see the other side of the bank. I thought that was completely blocked, but you can see those windows up there, and he pulls in right over here, and he pulls into where it's like a diner gas station, and I believe that building's been torn down since the filming of this episode. So you can see the bank right there on the corner, and it shows David pull up right here. And the storyline is he's a 33-year-old architect coming into this town, and this town was named Kinney. And right over here is where he sees the initial spaceship, which is kind of funny because it has, like, I don't know, it just goes back and forth, like it doesn't really match up, but come on, it was the 1960s. So he sees that land, and he's supposedly tired from coffee, or in need of coffee, excuse me, and that's why he pulls into this town, into Bud's Diner. Over to the Hotel Palomar where more of these scenes were filmed, and you meet some of the locals around here, and supposedly it's a population of 12. Now the interesting thing about this is when he comes in, he sees Bud's Diner on his initial visit, but when he comes back and he brings the police and all that, it's now named Kelly's Diner, which for whatever reason it's not that big of a one-off, but the cop thinks he's telling some story and making this all up, that, you know, he never you know, came through this town, that maybe he was just, you know, that tired. But yeah, it's sort of ridiculous. So we're going to head over to the Hotel Palomar. Then we're going to head back over here because this is where he brings everybody to, because he just can't understand. He knows he saw some sort of spaceship, but the invaders look just like you and me, and they're all around us. One shot I'm trying to establish is, so here's the bank, and when David is coming down this road and he's looking around just trying to see the town, he actually walks this way, which would be right. He'd be heading south, but Hotel Palomar is actually left, way down here. But you can see in, can't even see it from here actually. I'll walk into the street and just cross. The Hotel Palomar is way down there where that truck's unloading. So just to show the road and how much all this has grown up. Plus this building right here, the brown building, and the facade was not there at the time of filming. That's come probably in 2000. So yeah, this is where he walks into the middle of the street, and there's the bus. He doesn't take the bus stop. This is where David comes for the first time and meets one of the locals. The only thing that's really changed on this, I noticed there was in the episode, there's a round window here where that square window is. But David would have parked right up here. So David would have pulled up right here, and then he would have went in this door, and there was nobody inside. And so as you can see, it's now Infinity Boutique. I'd like to know if they still have all the same woodwork done inside. The door would have been right around here. This building, 1927, Hotel McCulloch. A Thunderbird totem and placed by Bob Majeski in 1954. So the totem outside would have been here. I don't remember seeing this in the shot, but as he goes inside, he comes back around, and this is where he meets Kathy. And so this was, well, it still is sort of like a relaxing area, but it used to be a garden over here, and this is where he finally meets Kathy. And yeah, it's just a few questions about the locals in town, and she tells him there's only 12 people that live in this town. But yeah, they meet right here, and then they head back down there to where he saw the flying saucer.
Place.
It looks like you lost a town somewhere. Where is everybody?
Our total population is down to 12 now. And that's including the 2 dogs and my little Siamese cat. Thank you.
Doesn't seem to have affected business, eh?
Well, the sign, that just means we're not open to the public right now. Golly, it's hot.
I'm looking for someone, a man and a woman named Brandon. They gave us.
So now they head back inside, and that's where he meets Sheriff Lou. And Sheriff Lou is, well, one of the invaders. And he's always just got an attitude for some reason. So Sheriff Lou's really keeping his eye on him. And then Sheriff Lou's going to follow us back down there because he wants to know what's up with Dave and why he's snooping around.
Suitcase full of cash. Howdy, my name's Carver. Saw your car outside. You looking for someone? A couple of friends. Well, they probably moved away. This used to be going down till the state closed down its hydroelectric plant, but a few of them are still holding out. But in the end, they'll sell. Does that include you?
No, I sold out just after my husband
So
died.
because of free use, it's kind of tough with the short segments that I can put in. But so that's all the parts that really happened over here at Hotel Palomar. If you Google search the episode, The Invaders Beachhead, I got it off like a Russian channel that I could not even like download or copy. So it was really like just filming. So it was kind of a pain. Sorry for that, but I just really wanted to show this because it is so neat that in 1966 they filmed something out here in Temecula, and it was a sci-fi episode. So.
Well, tell him he was right. That psycho is the chew up down there. I'll keep an eye on him.
So we find ourselves back down here at Old Town, and this is the street that we see David drive in on. This bridge looked totally different then. It was just like a basic one-way bridge, or yeah, one, you know what I'm saying. But it was like they had a white railing on each side, and this is where David, the little cat and mouse game from the sheriff trying to chase him down, see what he's up to. But he would have ran down here. This was not gutted out like it is nowadays. Look at that. We've had some rains lately. Now it's kind of huge. But this is the river I did a video before that washed out the railroad tracks. In real life, it really did. But so we see David come down over here, and then he pops up right here by a white railing. And when you look all the way over here, going up these hills that they're now decimating, is the hydroelectric plant. And that's where whatever those aliens or the invaders, I don't know why they got some blue-collar jobs at the hydro plant, but that's what they're trying to keep everybody out of, or keep David out of. So he sneaks in there. I'll throw in those clips. We'll go through that, and then we'll head back over, because they wrap this up pretty quickly. I mean, it's a 50-minute episode. It's kind of cool. But yeah, right here would have been where David's hiding out from the one sheriff in town. And he didn't adhere to these. Please keep off planter. That's an issue. So we find ourselves back at the Hotel Palomar, and now David's buddy came down from Santa Barbara because David's trying to put everything together, and for some reason there's a creepy old lady here, and I guess she's just one of them. And so yeah, he pulls up right here, and yeah, he's the only person in this episode that meets his demise because of the hydroelectric plant. For some reason, this town has 12 people in a hydroelectric plant.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
That's all right. That's all right. You are looking for Mr. Vincent, aren't you?
Well, yes, that's right.
Well, he said you were to meet him at the power station. You're to park your car there.
Here?
Yeah. Well, it's easier to walk. It's only a couple of blocks. Come on.
Made our way back across the bridge, and so we're back to this part of town. Now all of a sudden, so this is where David's car initially parked. Now the sheriff's station is conveniently located right here, and we know it's a sheriff's station because, well, on the post they have sheriff. And David gets arrested, and he's put in cuffs, but then the feds come down, David's buddy out of Santa Barbara, and right around here, these posts are original. They've just been painted. They don't look like they really have been replaced. Most likely they have. I mean, geez, it's been 50 plus years. But right here is where the sheriff's station is. Unless it's attached to the hotel. Right down there. It could have been. It's either one of these two, but they let him go. They say, all right, bygones be bygones. Your buddy's dead. And that wraps it up. This episode is over 50 years old. So I've seen it one time. I've read up on it a little bit. I just really want to show the spots and throw in a sci-fi show. So just bear with me. You know, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. But kind of cool that they filmed a show here. It was written by Larry Cohen. Larry Cohen wrote a lot of stuff like Maniac Cop and a bunch of other TV shows throughout time. But people did know about this, and Highway 395 was a popular area for people to be traveling down, so Temecula was on the map. Never knew that they would have filmed something here in 1966. That's really cool. After our star gets released and they say let him go, we see him pulling out here. And so this was flat, as well. It was a little bit of a grade, but there's City Hall down there now, and you see, I guess that would have been the 15 freeway back in the day, but it was like more of like a road going through, because you can see it as he pulls away.
Mr. Vincent. Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Now, look, we have to get to that power station right away.
Sure.
Now, look, if you're not one of them, you gotta help me.
Sure.
My partner's there. He's alone. They're gonna kill him.
Sure. First thing in the morning, I'll call Mr. Colgan. If it's all right with him, we'll go down and take a look at his power station.
Oh, no.
Nothing, Mr. Kemper.
What?
Just a sick fella. Got a little out of hand. You two, help me load him into the car, will you?
What a shame. He looked and talked so normal. You just never know.
Today, if you hadn't wanted to believe your crazy dreams. Sheriff Carver checked out the power station. Except for him, there was nothing.
No, there wouldn't be. Not now.
The coroner's report was heart attack. Whatever you think, that's the way it was.
Sure.
Ben, what do you want me to do with him? Let him go.
Let him go.
That's right. Let him go. I don't know why you came here, Vincent. But don't come back.
At some undiscovered beachhead in another state or another continent. Perhaps for David Vincent, it will never end.
Well, that's going to do it for me and this movie, TV show locations of The Invaders. Pilot episode, Beachhead, January 1967. Please consider subscribing. Like this video if you like this video. It really helps. And as always, I'll see you next time. And Temecula has been invaded.